Have you noticed that you're just not getting out for those daily strolls as much as you used to? Maybe your knees are acting up, or perhaps you're just a little worried about your balance on the sidewalk. Is it a quiet worry, isn't it? That nagging fear that if you stop walking, you might lose your independence. Well, let me tell you something very important. Walking less does not have to mean moving less. You do not have to lace up those sneakers and pound the pavement to stay strong and vibrant. Today, I'm going to share 5 gentle, safe, and truly effective things you can do right in your own living room. No fancy gym, no heavy weights, just simple moves that will protect your heart and keep you steady on your feet. If you want to keep playing with the grandkids and stay in the home you love, this is for you. Let's get moving. Together. Activity 1. Seated chair. Yoga for a flexible spine. You know that feeling. When you've been sitting in your favorite recliner for a bit too long, watching the news or reading the paper, and you finally stand up, your back feels a little bit like a rusty garden gate. It's stiff, it's tight. Maybe your shoulders feel like they are slowly rolling forward, year after year. It happens to the best of us. As we move through our 60s, 70s, and 80s, our spines naturally want to lose that youthful bounce. But here's a secret. You don't have to get down on a floor mat to fix it. You don't need to be a gymnast. You just need a chair. I call this the morning wake-up. It's seated chair yoga. It is gentle. It is safe, and most importantly, it works. This isn't about pushing yourself until it hurts. It is about whispering to your muscles, reminding them that they can still move. Let's talk about how to do this correctly, right in your living room. First, find a good chair, not the soft, squishy sofa that you sink into. You want something sturdy. A kitchen chair or a dining chair works best. Make sure it doesn't have wheels. We want you to feel grounded, solid. Sit right at the edge of the seat. Plant your feet flat on the floor. Imagine roots are growing from your heels into the carpet. Keep your feet about hip width apart. Rest your hands gently on your knees. Now, just breathe for a second. Feel your spine grow a little taller, as if a gentle string is pulling the top of your head toward the ceiling. The first move is called the seated cat-cow. It sounds funny, I know, but it is wonderful for your lower back. As you take a deep, slow breath in, I want you to gently arch your back, tilt your chest forward, lift your chin just a tiny bit, and look toward where the wall meets the ceiling. This is the cow pose. Feel the front of your body open up. Now, as you exhale slowly, do the opposite. Round your back, tuck your chin toward your chest. Imagine you are pulling your belly button back toward the chair. This is the cat pose. Inhale and arch. Exhale and round. Do this slowly, very slowly. There is no rush. This movement is like oiling the joints of your spine. It gets the fluid moving. It tells your nerves to wake up. Next, we have the seated side stretch. This one is for those tight muscles along your ribs. While staying tall in your chair, reach your right arm up toward the ceiling. It's okay if your arm doesn't go perfectly straight. Just reach as far as is comfortable. Now, lean very gently to the left. Just a little bit. Imagine you are reaching for a jar on a shelf that is just slightly out of reach. Hold it there. Breathe in, breathe out. Now bring that arm down and switch. Left arm up and a gentle lean to the right. Can you feel that? That space being created between your ribs? It feels light. It feels free. I recommend doing these movements for about 10 minutes every single morning. Maybe while your coffee is brewing or right after you get dressed. The benefits are truly life-changing. When your spine is flexible, your balance improves. When your balance improves, You feel more confident walking to the mailbox or playing with your grandkids. You will breathe better too. When we slouch, our lungs can't fully expand. By sitting tall and stretching, you are literally giving yourself more oxygen, more energy, more life. Now, a quick word of caution, because I care about your safety. If you have had a recent surgery on your back or your hips, please talk to your doctor first. If you have severe osteoporosis, keep these movements very small. You don't need big movements to get big results. If anything feels sharp or pinches, just stop. Back off a little. Listen to your body. It has been with you for many decades, and it knows what it needs. This is your time, your 10 minutes of peace, your 10 minutes of movement. Your spine will thank you, and you'll find that as you go about your day, that rusty gait feeling starts to fade away. It starts with one breath. It starts with one stretch. You've got this. Activity 2. Wall push-ups for a stronger you. Have you ever noticed how heavy the doors can feel at the grocery store? Or maybe you've felt a little bit of a struggle when you try to push yourself up from a deep, comfortable armchair. It is something we don't talk about enough. As we get older, we tend to focus a lot on our legs. We focus on walking. We focus on our knees. But our upper body? That is the engine that helps us navigate the world every single day. Think about it. Pushing open a heavy storm door, lifting a basket of laundry, or even just reaching up to put a stack of dinner plates away in the cupboard. All of these things require strength. Strength in your chest, strength in your shoulders, and strength in your arms. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Push-ups? You might be remembering those gym classes from 50 years ago where you had to get down on the cold, hard floor. Let me tell you something. You do not need to go down to the floor. Not at all. In fact, I don't want you on the floor for this. We are going to use the wall. The wall is your best friend. It is solid, it is dependable, and it is always there. Let's walk through how to do this together. It's very simple, but it is so powerful. First, find a clear spot on a wall in your home, maybe in the hallway or the kitchen. Make sure the floor beneath you is dry and not slippery. If you are wearing socks, make sure they have those little rubber grips on the bottom. Or, better yet, wear a good pair of sneakers. Stand facing the wall. Take a small step back so you are about arm's length away. Now, reach out and place your palms flat against the wall. You want your hands to be right at shoulder height, not too high and not too low. Keep your hands about shoulder width apart. Check your feet. Are they planted? Do you feel steady? Good. Now, I want you to slowly, very slowly, bend your elbows. Let your chest move toward the wall. Keep your body straight. Imagine you're a piece of wood, nice and firm. Don't let your hips sag, and don't stick your backside out. Just lean in until your nose is close to the wall. Then push. Push the wall away from you. Use the strength in your palms. Use the strength in your arms. Push until your arms are straight again. But don't lock your elbows. Let's try that again. Lean in, slowly, and push back, smoothly. Strength. That is what you are building. Strength. I want you to try to do this about 8 to 10 times. That is one set. Take a little break. Shake out your arms. Maybe take a sip of water. Then, if you feel up to it, do one more set of 10. Try to do this 3 days a week, maybe on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. The benefits are truly wonderful. You aren't just building muscle, you are building bone density. When you push against that wall, you are telling your bones in your wrists and your arms to stay strong, to stay dense. And your posture? This is a secret weapon for posture. It opens up your chest. It pulls your shoulders back. You will find yourself standing taller. You will find yourself walking with more pride, more confidence. Before you start, I have a couple of tips for safety. First, Listen to your shoulders. If you feel a sharp pinch or any kind of pain, please stop. You can make it easier by standing closer to the wall. The closer you are, the less weight you are pushing. It is okay to start small. And remember, check that floor. We want you to be stable. We want you to be safe. If you have had any recent surgeries on your shoulders or your heart, please check in with your doctor first. They know your history, and they want you to stay safe just as much as I do. So, next time you go to open that heavy door at the post office, or you lift that bag of groceries, you'll feel it. You'll feel that extra bit of power in your arms. It feels good to be strong. It feels good to be capable. Just you and the wall. You've got this. Activity 3, seated leg extensions for knee stability. Let's talk about our knees for a moment. If you are like many of my friends in their 70s or 80s, your knees might have a lot to say lately. They might creak, they might groan, they might even ache a little bit when you try to go down the stairs or walk to the mailbox. Sometime, when our knees hurt, we think the best thing to do is stop moving. We think, if I stay still, the pain will go away. But it is actually often the opposite. You see, your knees have a support system. I like to call them your body's shock absorbers. These are your quadriceps, those big muscles on the front of your thighs. Think of them like the shocks on a classic American car, like an old Buick. When those shocks are strong, the ride is smooth. You don't feel the bumps in the road. But when those muscles get weak, your knee joints have to take all the pressure. And that is when the aching starts. The wonderful news is, you can make those shock absorbers strong again without even standing up. You don't have to go to a gym. You don't need any fancy weights. All you need is a chair and a little bit of time. I want you to try something I call seated leg extensions. First, let's find a good place to sit. A kitchen chair is perfect, or even your favorite armchair. As long as you can sit up straight, I want your back to feel supported. Sit all the way back. Let the chair hold your weight. Keep your feet flat on the carpet, about hip width apart. Now, let's start with your right leg. Slowly, very slowly. I want you to lift your right foot off the floor. Straighten your leg out in front of you. Keep going until your leg is straight and parallel to the floor. Now, here is the important part. Flex your toes. Pull your toes back toward your shin. Can you feel that? That tightness in your thigh. That is your muscle working. That is your shock absorber getting stronger. Let's hold it there. Just for a moment. 1, 2, 3. Now, slowly, bring that foot back down to the floor. Don't just let it drop. Control it. Control is the key to strength. Let's try the other side. Lift the left leg, straighten it out, flex those toes. 1, 2, 3, and lower it down. Doesn't that feel good? It's a small movement, but it does so much. I have a little trick for you. You don't need to set aside a special time for this. Just do it during the commercials. When you are watching your favorite game show or the evening news and the commercials come on, that is your time to move. Try to do 10 repetitions on your right leg and then 10 on your left. By the time the show comes back on, you are done. You've done your workout for the day. There are so many reasons to love this exercise. First, it builds strength without any pressure. Since you are sitting down, your knees aren't carrying your body weight. You are building the muscle without the stress on the joint. Second, it is great for your circulation. It gets the blood moving through your legs. If your feet ever feel cold or if they swell up a bit, this can really help. And finally, it gives you stability. Stability. It's a powerful word. When your thighs are strong, you feel more stable on your feet. You feel more confident. You won't have that nagging fear of your knee giving out when you are walking across the grocery store parking lot. Now, a little word of caution. Please do not snap your knee. Keep the movement smooth and gentle. If you have had a knee replacement recently, or if you have had surgery. Please, talk to your physical therapist first. They will tell you exactly how far you should lift your leg. And if it hurts, if you feel a sharp pain, just stop. Maybe don't lift your leg quite so high next time. Stability, confidence, strength, it all starts right there in your chair. You are doing something wonderful for yourself, one leg at a time. Activity 4. Heel to toe. Taps for balance and confidence. Have you ever been walking through the house, maybe heading to the kitchen for a glass of water, and your foot catches just a little bit on the edge of the rug? That split second where your heart skips a beat and you reach out for the nearest wall. It is a scary feeling. It is a feeling that makes us want to stay in our chairs. It makes us want to move less because we want to stay safe. But here is something I tell all my friends. Balance is a skill. It is not just something you are born with, and it is not something that just disappears because you are 70 or 80 years old. Balance is like a muscle. If you use it, it stays strong. If you don't use it, it gets a little bit sleepy. Today, we're going to wake it up, and we are going to do it safely. We are going to do it in a way that makes you feel steady, solid, secure. For this activity, I want you to go to your safety zone. For most of us, that is the kitchen counter. The kitchen counter is wonderful. It is at the perfect height. It is bolted to the floor. It isn't going to move. You can also use the back of a very heavy sofa, but the counter is the gold standard. Go ahead and stand next to that counter. Place one hand on it. Feel how solid it is. Now, look at your feet. I want you to imagine there is a straight line on the floor, like a tightrope, but right there on your carpet. Take your right foot, move it forward, and tap your right heel gently to the toes of your left foot. Just a light tap. Then, bring it back to where it started. Now, try it with the other side. Tap and back, tap and back. You are teaching your brain how to coordinate your feet again. You are practicing that heel-to-toe movement that we use when we walk, but you are doing it while holding on to something safe. If that feels a little bit too easy for you, I have another one. We call it the flamingo. While you are holding on to that counter, I want you to just lift one foot off the ground. Just an inch or two. Try to stand on one leg for 10 seconds. Count it out with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If you feel steady, maybe try to just use one finger on the counter. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And put the foot down. Do you feel that? You might feel your ankle wiggling a little bit. You might feel your hip working. That is a good thing. That wiggle is your body learning how to stay upright. We have a fancy word for this in the fitness world. We call it proprioception. It's a big word, proprioception, but all it really means is your brain's ability to know where your feet are without you having to look at them. When we practice these taps and stands, we are sharpening that connection. We are making that signal from your feet to your brain. Faster, stronger. When that connection is strong, you don't trip as much. And if you do catch your foot on a rug, your body knows exactly what to do to catch itself. Balance. It is the key to staying in your own home. It is the key to going to the park. It is the key to your freedom. I want you to try to practice this for just 5 minutes a day. Maybe while you are waiting for the microwave to beep, or while you are waiting for the toaster. Just 5 minutes. But please, hear me on this. Always have your safety zone. Never try this in the middle of a room where there is nothing to grab onto. We want to build your confidence, not give you a scare. If you feel dizzy or if you feel unsteady, just stop. Take a deep breath. Sit down. Take it one day at a time. Slowly, but surely, you are going to feel more solid on the ground. You are going to feel like you are standing on a firm foundation. You are doing great. Just keep tapping. Activity 5. Seated marching for a healthy heart. Do you remember the feeling of a brisk walk on a crisp autumn morning? Maybe you remember the sound of your shoes on the pavement and that steady, rhythmic thump of your heart, beating just a little bit faster. It's a good feeling. It makes you feel alive. It makes you feel energized. But sometimes, walking outside just isn't in the cards. Maybe the sidewalk is a little too uneven, or perhaps your joints just aren't up for the pounding that comes with a long stroll around the neighborhood. I want to share a secret with you. Your heart. It doesn't actually know if you're walking down the street or sitting in your favorite chair. All your heart knows is how hard it is working. That is why I love seated marching. I like to call this the living room parade. Think about those grand parades on the 4th of July with the drums and the brass bands. We are going to bring that energy right to your living room. First, let's get ready. You need a good, sturdy chair. Just like before, make sure it doesn't have wheels. Sit a little bit toward the front edge of the seat. Plant your feet. Feel the floor beneath you. Sit up nice and tall, as if you are the leader of that band. Now, let's start the march. Lift your right knee. Lift it as high as is comfortable, and then set it back down. Now, lift your left knee, and down, left, and right, left, and right. Now, let's add the arms. When your right knee goes up, swing your left arm forward. When your left knee goes up, swing your right arm, just like you're walking down a sunny path in the park. Can you feel it? The rhythm. Rhythm. It is a beautiful thing. Now, if you want to give your heart a little extra, thank you. Let's pick up the pace. For just 30 seconds, I want you to march a little faster. Imagine you are trying to catch up to a friend down the street. Move those legs, swing those arms, and breathe. Then, after 30 seconds, slow it back down. Let your breath return to normal. I recommend doing this for about 10 to 15 minutes a day. But you don't have to do it all at once. You can do 5 minutes in the morning while you wait for the mail, and 5 minutes in the afternoon. The benefits of this simple march are truly wonderful. First, there is the stamina. Stamina. True stamina. This helps your heart stay strong. It helps your lungs work better. You'll find that you don't get run-winded quite as easily when you're doing your daily chores. Second, it is great for your legs, not just the muscles, but the circulation. If you ever notice that your ankles or your feet get a little bit puffy or swollen by the end of the day, this is the answer. Moving your legs like this helps push that fluid back up and out. It's like a natural pump for your body. And finally, it wakes up your core. Those muscles in your belly that help you sit up straight and stay balanced. Now, a quick reminder for your safety. Keep your back straight. Try not to slouch or lean back into the chair. We want your muscles doing the work, not the furniture. And most importantly, listen to your body. If you start to feel lightheaded, or if you feel a little bit dizzy, please stop. Take a seat. Lean back. Take a few deep, slow breaths. Wait until you feel 100% again before you try to stand up. Your heart is a muscle, and just like any other muscle, it loves to stay busy. You don't need a treadmill. You don't need a track. You just need your chair and a little bit of that parade spirit. You are doing something so important for your health. Keep it moving. Keep it steady. You are doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. It really means a lot. It truly does. You know, growing older doesn't mean we have to slow down for good. It just means we need to move a little bit differently. Your independence is a treasure. It is worth every single stretch. It is worth every single march. You have the power to stay strong and stay steady, right in the home you love. Now, I want to hear from you. Which one of these 5 moves are you going to try first? Maybe the seated march, or those wall push-ups? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. If this helped you, please hit that like button and subscribe. It helps me reach more folks just like us. Be safe, be gentle with yourself, and I will see you in the next video. Stay vibrant.